My name is Felix G. Diaz, G for Garcia, Diaz. I was born here. I was born in Hesperia, California, and raised here in Victorville. I attended Victor Valley High School before it became a senior high school, and graduated from the old school before they built this campus. I became a cadet in 1949. And actually, my brothers had been cadets before me, and to be very honest with you, I didn't want to be a cadet. I hated it. I hated to be seen wearing a uniform. In 1951, I was promoted to captain, and then I was the commanding officer of the unit. When I graduated from high school in 1953, then my unit was probably had about 100 at that time, and I had an executive officer, and I had a company commander and all that. But anyway, it's a cadet corps that actually saved me from going to prison or whatever. But anyway, I love it so much because it was a lifesaver for me. I'll have to go back to when I first became a cadet. I was just a little ninth grader, and second semester of ninth grade. And again, I like sports, and but I hated Cadet Corps only because of the Commandant. And I'll never forget, he caused one of my very best friends who quit school right there on the spot. He caused that young man to quit. And that's the opposite of what a commandant should do. And finally they replaced him and put the vice principal in charge of the Cadet Corps. That man, to me, and I don't mind mentioning his name, Mr. Larry Manning, became like my second father. He was our commandant, had served in the Army as a second lieutenant, and he was a vice principal, was a very kind person. He was very good to me, he was very good to the Cadet Corps. I started liking it. I started taking a like to the Cadet Corps, and he started giving me some responsibility. Pretty soon, I was promoted to buck sergeant, and because all the officers and all of them had already left, promoted me to master, then later to a master sergeant. And when I was a junior, then he promoted me to company commander and promoted me to captain. And I just fell in love with the Cadet Corps, went to Cadet Camp, came back, and I learned quite a bit. And Cadet Corps has always been, like I say, my lifesaver. I was responsible for the Veterans Memorial across the street, and I named it after, the names that are there are young people that all attended this campus. I taught some of them, I went to school with some of them. And that memorial is very, very special to me. So when I chose to have the memorial built instead of being reelected, the Lord asked me, "Do you want to be reelected, or do you want this memorial?" And I said, "Father, I've waited 50 years." I said, "I want the memorial. That's really what I've always wanted." And he said, "You shall have it." That's all he said. "You shall have it." He said, "But I have something better for you." And I never knew what it was until Colonel Brilliant had asked me before, and I had turned him down. And this time he came up to the memorial celebration and the dedication, and he said, "Well, Mr. Diaz, you're no longer going to be on the city council. Would you like to be a commandant of cadets?" And that's when it really hit me. I said, "I would love to." I said, "That would be an honor." A commandant should be one that loves what he does, that causes a student to love his fellow man, to help, to have understanding, compassion for people, and help them out, and where there's a will, there's a way, be kind to them. I went to Cadet Camp in 1952 before I became a master sergeant or sergeant first class, and I liked it, but I was with guys from Calexico and from different places all over Southern California. Had a lot of fun, liked it, but because I was a lower class non-C, non-commissioned officer, I didn't get all the privileges that all the other kids did. But I went again in my senior year, and I went as a captain, and enjoyed it even more because we got treated a little bit differently, and I didn't have to do guard duty anymore. It was just a real good experience. You know, they can always depend on the Cadet Corps. That's one thing that I really enjoy, is that the city of Victorville, back then, when I was a Commandant of Cadets at the junior high, they would always ask me if we could do a color guard for the opening of baseball, a color guard for a parade, and all kinds of things. And we never refused. And to this day, here we are starting 2020, you'll see cadets leading a parade, leading assistance in one thing or another. And it's a darn shame that some of these schools don't want Cadet Corps in their campuses. It's a shame, because it's the best organization in California, and some people say, "Oh, you're like ROTC." I said, "No, we're better." And the reason I say we're better is because we're older. We started before anybody. I embed that in the kids' heads. Be proud. Be proud of who you are, what you are, and that be proud to say that you're a member of the Cadet Corps. Wear your uniform with pride. Love your parents. Respect and love your parents. Respect the law. Respect people. Love your government. And do whatever you can to give back. And that's been my philosophy. They've given, this country and this community has given so much to me, and that's all I wanted to do was give back. And every chance I get to give back, I do. That's basically all I can say. I want to be remembered as one who gave back, because that's all I've ever wanted to do. My name is Felix G. Diaz, G for Garcia. My parents are both from Mexico. They've passed away now. But anyway, I'm very proud to be a Mexican American. I was a cadet from 1949 to 1953. Graduated last class from this school. I graduated as a company commander. Served in the military, and all the work and all the knowledge that I got from the Cadet Corps I used in the military. I was a cadet, very proud. I was a commandant, very proud, and I'm still a commandant, and I'm still a cadet, and I'm still very proud.